WyoTowne is an experiential learning opportunity for fifth grade students to really have the experience of being an adult for the day.
It is so much more than just financial literacy. It's actually how to be a contributing adult in society 101.
They participate in 22 classroom-based lessons with their teacher facilitating those, and it really scaffolds their learning and prepares them to come run this town for the day.
When teachers choose to run this program through, they can replace other mandatory lesson plans with this and still meet state standards.
We have social studies, there's math, there's language arts. We're really aligning it to what those students need to be learning.
The curriculum is a ready-made curriculum where teachers prepare them by teaching them about financial literacy, job applications, management of jobs, and just preparation for their day at town.
They get to elect officials, they even get to ratify their own laws. And so really it delves into not just personal finance, but all of the other elements of being a grown-up.
The day at town really supports the things that we've spent all of our time learning because they're doing so many hands-on experiences. They're actually using their check register to keep track of the money they're spending. They're using a debit card for real. They are using the technology to create. They're writing citations. They are typing newspaper articles, and they're really having to work together and manage each other and even use all the accounting and the math that we've worked hard to do at town that day.
So when I went to WyoTowne, I was my class's mayor. My favorite thing I learned was the withdrawal slips. You filled them out and you gave them to the bank, and that was how you got your cash for the day. I liked visiting all the different shops and seeing the people work. I also really like seeing people get arrested. I think that was kind of funny.
My job was to be a judge, and I got to fill out citations to see if people were guilty or innocent. My experience here helped prepare me for my future because it taught me responsibility and how to manage my money. I think getting to manage your money is a really good thing that kids get to learn as they're growing up.
My favorite aspect of town is the day. When we get to town, it is super exciting to sit back as a teacher and let the students have the autonomy of town. They all walk away with this great experience, and they all have had such a good time, and they've all learned something, and it just pays off.
My original goal when we started conceptualizing this in 2012 and put our first class through in 2016 was to eventually see us putting every fifth grader in the state of Wyoming through WyoTowne. We're not there yet, but we're gonna get there.
Communities who are considering adding this to their curriculum, I would say obviously do it, but I think that they will see a massive return on their investment. They're not gonna just see kids who are hitting standards. They're gonna see kids who go home and have conversations with their families about what it means to have a budget, what it means to be philanthropic. But then you'll have kids who grow up and they can give you a reason why it's important to be an informed voter. They're kids who are not gonna overdraft their bank account. We're just gonna see that over the course of time that we have a more strong and stable community.
Other schools and other districts should look into potentially adding WyoTowne as part of their regular curriculum and possibly even coming here to this facility in Casper and putting it in as a field trip. I don't see why it wouldn't be such a phenomenal opportunity for those schools to come and do it for a day.
I think WyoTowne and the preparing for WyoTowne even at school taught me how to invest my money, how to be responsible with my money, how to take care of my money, and I think that was probably the best part for me. For the future, I personally want to take over my dad's business, and with a business you have to be very, very good with money. So I think learning how to invest and be responsible with it will help me in my future.
My advice for students would be to don't break the rules because then you have to pay a fine, and just to have fun because this is an experience that you only get to have once. At the end of the day, with my cash, I donated the $3 I had left to Make-A-Wish.
WyoTowne is most effective, I really believe, because it's experiential learning. An engaged student is such a well-rounded learner. An experiential learning opportunity like that is not easy to come across, and we have a prepackaged one just sitting here waiting for every fifth grader in the state of Wyoming.